Let's get my faith planner set up for gratitude documented. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com. It is one of my favorite times of the year because it is gratitude documented time over at Illustrated Faith. This is a project they have done for years over at Illustrated Faith. It's all about documenting gratitude through the month of November, and I'm excited to join in. I still have my physical kit on the way, but I am working with digital images to get my faith planner set up for the month. So if you want to see how I plan to work through gratitude documented in my faith planner, stay tuned. Okay, so let me just say I'm going to do gratitude documented a little bit differently. This will be the month of November. This is my faith planner. Yes, it's big. Yes, it's chunky. It is holding all of my faith studies from Illustrated Faith for this year. I love that it's big and chunky. I love that it's really hard to snap. I love everything about it. So I'm here to continue to work in my faith planner. I may end up doing an additional project for gratitude documented. I'm thinking that I would like to do some sort of card ring, key ring kind of project. So I'm going to wait till I get my physical kit to decide that. But I know that digging into this faith planner in the mornings is part of my morning routine. It's how I like to start the day. And so I want to continue that. Plus, I love having all my notes in one place. So we're going to get set up for the month of November. Now, I have been using my faith notes. These are faith notes. These are all decorated. This is kind of a more basic faith notes. This is what I did for October. This is where I take notes on the devotional for that particular week and then reflect on the back. That is what I have been doing, but November is a little bit different because there's a new prompt for each and every day. So what I'm thinking I'm going to use in my faith planner for November is actually the quad layout. This is, let me find the quad layout. This is what the quad layout looks like. And in my head, I feel like this would be an excellent opportunity to have a little bit of reflection or do scripture writing each day. I'm not sure if I'm going to write scripture or if I'm going to reflect. It could be either or. Perhaps I do the scripture writing on the card ring and then do the reflection in the planner. We're going to kind of see how it goes once those cards get here and I decide which one I want to do. But I do want to go ahead and set up my month. So I'm going to decorate my weeks, get it all set up, and then that will give me some options for how I can do the extra creative part throughout the month. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to bring you guys along as I decorate to show you kind of what my plan is. All the goodies are from Illustrated Faith. I'm using digital goodies right now that I've created stickers with on my Cricut, printed out, cut out, all of that goodness to do some quick decorating. And then, of course, there's tons of amazing physical product available over in the Illustrated Faith shop. So be sure to check them out. Otherwise, I'm going to put you all on fast forward. Let's go. All right, if you have watched me set up my faith planner before, you know that I like to set it up for the whole month of study. I actually have two faith planners. One is for my daily study, for my Read the Bible in a Year plan that I work on, and each of those weeks is different. Then I have this particular planner, which is my Illustrated Faith planner. And I set up the whole month at once so that when I sit down to actually do the devotional study, I don't have to worry about the creative part. I've gotten to play with the supplies. I've had fun kind of putting together the pages, but I can really focus on the actual study in the mornings. Then at times when I'm extra inspired or moved by a particular devotional or verse or quote, then I will take it into my Bible and create a Bible journal entry. So there's kind of like different layers for how I work through my faith studies. I do love to incorporate creativity kind of throughout just because it brings me extra joy. When I started working in my faith planner years ago, it kind of took my faith journey to the next level. It just allowed me to connect in a different way. And I now kind of can't imagine just studying, just reading like I used to without incorporating some bright colors and fun creativity throughout. I do like to have almost a plan for each and every setup for these Illustrated Faith devotionals so that there's a common thread that goes through each of the weeks. Normally, I'm working in my Faith Notes, which is a separate planner insert that I created that's really meant for like sermon notes and specifically devotional notes. But like I explained before, this month is going to be a little bit different. So I am going to go ahead and set up a full on weekly planner spread. And I'm starting out with washi tape. I just dipped into my stash. I have a ton of washi tape. So I went to go see what I could find in my stash, kind of match some of the colors, and decided what I'm going to do is kind of decorate on the horizontal, put all the decorative elements down the middle of each page. And then I will have some elements that will highlight which verse is being highlighted on each particular day. And you'll see that start to kind of come together. But I love having a plan, like a decorating plan for these pages. It just goes faster overall. When I'm doing something consistent, I can create this kind of assembly line style, and it brings kind of a unity. You kind of recognize immediately which particular devotional this is because it has a similar feel throughout. Now, I do believe that when you purchase the physical kit from Illustrated Faith, you also receive digital files for the ephemera. And even if you are using the actual physical ephemera for whatever project you have planned for the month, I love using the digital files to create stickers to use within my Faith planner. It just makes it really easy. You can resize them. This time I did not. I decided to go big and bold. A lot of times I size them down to make them just a little bit smaller so that they fit better in this classic size planner. And I love working with these images. I also like that you can reprint them if you want to. You're going to see there's a starburst kind of image that I use over and over and over. I printed 5 full pages of that starburst, which is awesome because if you have a plan, if you have something you're wanting to create and you are wanting to repeat an element, it's great to have the digital files to be able to do that. Whenever I'm working in my planner and creating a decorative page or working in a Bible journal or any type of journaling, I generally work big to small, meaning I get the biggest elements down on the page first. And then as I'm working through, add smaller and smaller elements that really creates that detail look that we all fall in love with when we see beautiful layouts online. So that's what I'm doing first. I'm going through each and every page, adding at least one large element in the middle of each page. And then I will start flipping back through and adding smaller elements kind of here and there to add a little detail, a little nuance, a little something of interest to each of the spreads. But I love doing this. This is allowing me to use a ton of these images. I love that it's going to be set up for the whole month in advance. Now I'm going to start over at the beginning, and it's time to add some of the small details throughout. Now, I will say it might feel a little bit tedious at the beginning to create all of the cut files for these. Actually, Illustrated Faith has beautiful PNG files that you can use that already have the white outline. You don't have to worry about offset or anything like that when you're working with your Cricut or your Silhouette. But I love taking the time to create these files because, like I said, I can print them out over and over. And especially for a long-term project like Gratitude Documented, where you are working each and every day in the devotional. This is different from typical devotionals from Illustrated Faith, where it's one devotional per week, one entry per week. And so you might be creating a total of maybe 4 entries, something like that. This is one every single day. And so the fact that I can use all of these images, I don't have to hold back, is awesome because I can just reprint them. I have a physical kit on the way. I'll use all of those things. It gives you lots and lots of options, which as a creative person, I very much appreciate. Now let's just take a minute to talk about what Gratitude Documented is. Gratitude Documented is slightly different from a typical devotional from Illustrated Faith, like I said before. Basically, there are going to be 30 themes throughout the month. One theme for each day, generally one word to focus on for each day, and then there will be a scripture connected to that word. And what you are called to do, what we will be doing is each day you'll kind of think on the theme, read the scripture. I will be writing out the scripture each day, and then reflect on how that theme connects to that scripture, and then how that connects to your life. Do you see examples of that in your life? How does it all fit together? That is really what it is. It's not the same as, each week there's a devotional and you read through the devotional and answer the questions. Like, it's a little bit different. It's a lot more reflection on your part, which I appreciate very much. Instead of being told what to think, you are called to kind of look at the scripture, meditate on the scripture, pray over the scripture, and then pray in gratitude, which I absolutely love. All right, once I am done with all of these beautiful decorative elements, then it's time to add a bit more function. I'm using these starbursts. I'm going to do one a day. I believe that is where I'm going to write out the scripture reference for each and every day. There is a theme for the day and then a scripture that is connected to that particular theme. So I'm going to do one of those starbursts for each day. It adds a lot of color to the page, which I always love. And I like that it's this, like I said before, this continuous thing, this repetitive thing that happens throughout and really connects the entire devotional. I still haven't decided if this is going to be where I write out scripture or where I reflect. I'm leaning towards this being the place where I reflect on the scripture and having a different project where I'm actually writing out the scripture. I think that's probably what I'm going to do, but we'll kind of see as it comes together in the month. So I'm going to add this, then I'm going to take some time to add the theme to each day. There is a card that has all 30 days listed out, so I'm going to cut those apart and then start adding them onto the pages as well. And then of course, this is an undated planner, so I need to add the dates. This starts on November the 1st, so slightly incomplete weeks, and I can just use the extra space, A, for more decorating, or B, just for some different prayer writing and things like that. So I'll get this all dated. I'm actually using a Keleva Plan sticker book to date this entire spread. And then the last element I need to add would be all the different themes. And again, I'm just going to cut them out of the card and add them in. You could handwrite them in, whatever works well for you. Once I get those in place, that will be it for my faith planner setup for Gratitude Documented. I love this project so much. I am so excited to dive in. I'm so excited to receive my physical kit and see what all I can do for this, this great time of reflection. It's something I enjoy each and every year. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. Like I said earlier, I will link all of the supplies down below, but all of these goodies are from Illustrated Faith, so you can head straight on over to their website and see what is available. I do want to give a huge shout out to my entire Patreon community. Talk about gratitude. I am grateful for each and every one of you. We have a great time over on Patreon. We are actually spending the month of November junk journaling, and I am going to create a gratitude junk journal that I'm super pumped about. So if you want to join us for all of the fun things going on, there is a tier for everyone. Head on over to patreon.com/ScrappyWife and see if there is one that works for you. All right, I hope that you have a fabulous day, and as always, keep it creative.